Hi everyone, this is Paulo Haddad, and in this video I want to show you a very important aspect of OpenDSS, which is why would I use a program language to control OpenDSS? So first of all, I will show you the different versions of OpenDSS so it can give you a better understanding of that. Then second, I'm going to show you and explain one of the most important concepts of OpenDSS. And then with that, I will kind of show you side by side, a way to use just OpenDSS and OpenDSS with a program language. In my case, I'll be using Python, okay? Then I will have a follow-up video in which I will show you the benefits of using a program language that you can only have when using it, okay? So let's get started. Let me show you now the versions of OpenDSS. So let's say you open your file system, you go to C2 points, you go to program files, and then if you have OpenDSS installed in your computer, you're gonna have an OpenDSS folder, right? So you can go there. And then in this folder, we have 64, okay, which pretty much have the program in its 64-bit format. And in here, we have different files, but I will just look at a few. The first one is the OpenDSS executable, in which pretty much is the program that, I would say you start using. It's open here for me. On the other screen, it's here. And let me bring it here for you. So this is the OpenDSS, right? This is the one when we start learning OpenDSS, you'll be using this one. I still use this for many reasons. So this is the OpenDSS tool. But OpenDSS is also provided in other formats. And two of them, very important, are the OpenDSS engine.dll, okay, and the OpenDSS direct.dll. And those two versions meant to be used with a program language such as Python, MATLAB, C++, whatever, that allows then the program language to kind of control OpenDSS, if that makes sense, okay? So I'll be showing you that through a demonstration that will make sense at the end of this video, so stay around. Okay, so with that said, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna use the OpenDSS, kind of explain to you what I said, a very fundamental aspect of OpenDSS. And then I will kind of side by side use, this OpenDSS and then OpenDSS version with a Python language, okay? And then I'll show you that, hey, doesn't really matter which one you're using, you will have the same capabilities, right? So next, what I will do then, I will go back to the OpenDSS folder on the IEEE, okay? And here I'm gonna take a very simple circuit so we can kind of run something, okay? I'm gonna grab this 4-bus YY balanced. I'm gonna maybe place here in my desktop, okay? I like the idea of taking it out of the C2 points, folder, because that might block a few things there. Okay, so I have here my 4-bus YY balanced, and let's see what I have here in this folder. I have OpenDSS model, right? So 4-bus YY ball DSS. Okay, pretty good. And this model pretty much is like a source, and then it has a line, a transformer, a line, and a load. The model itself doesn't really change what I'm gonna show you here, but the idea is that when you look at OpenDSS code, and this is the one of the fundamental aspects of OpenDSS is that you talk to OpenDSS through command lines. So OpenDSS understands you by those command lines. So everything in OpenDSS ends up to being a command line. That makes sense? Okay, very nice. So for instance here, I'm defining a circuit element, through a command line. I'm defining, let's say, a line through a command line. I'm doing a transformer, I'm doing a line. Now, even like the commands, like, some important commands for OpenDSS, they are command lines, okay? Like the perform a power flow in this case is a command line. So very important. So when you look at, let's say, to the interface, you see a bunch of buttons here, and I'll show you that translates to a command line. So let me go ahead and open that example. So it's pretty much here. Let me get this address to open that here in OpenDSS. So, let me take this guy here, open this file, and maybe here I'm gonna like solve command. I don't wanna solve anything. Okay, so the idea here is that when you kind of load lines or command lines on OpenDSS, we are like adding elements or changing the simulation settings or asking for results for OpenDSS, and it's done by command lines, okay? So for us to, in a second, see the difference or how similar is when you're just using OpenDSS and when you're using with a programming language, in my case would be Python, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna create a file here, just to simplify everything. I don't wanna see all the circuit there, all the lines, that would just complicate much for me. I'm gonna create a file here. And of course, guys, if you're just new to OpenDSS, there are a bunch of things here that I'm doing that you can watch my other videos to have a better understanding. Or if you have questions, just use the comment section below. But I'm gonna create a run DSS file, okay? And I will open that file here, and then it'll be run. So here I'm gonna have OpenDSS code that I'm gonna start now, like clear all. Let me make sure it's a little better. Okay, perfect. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna compile, and here I'm using commands of OpenDSS, and I will compile the file name, the file that's here, which we have the circuit, right? The circuit definition. So I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna compile it, okay? There are a lot of things to talk about, compile, redirect, and things like that. But again, it's not the purpose of this video. If you want to hear more about it, just leave in the comment section below. Okay, so I'm compile here the file, and then I can like solve a power flow in this case. And from there, we can, I'm going to run it. I'm going to go maybe use now the menu to see results. And I can see, for instance, show, okay? And maybe I want to see show voltages, okay? And when I do that, this file pops up and I have the voltage results for my system or for the power flow that I just did, okay? But as you can see, I just used the menu, but I was telling you that everything for OpenDSS is a command line, right? So if I did something with OpenDSS, something happened, that means that there was a command line. I just need to find out what is this command line. And to do that, using OpenDSS, you can go here and select this option, which is record command. I'm not sure why it's not showing you the name. Okay, record commands, okay? When it's enabled, you can go ahead now and show voltages. And that will show up, actually, you do what it's supposed to do, but at the same time, it's gonna give you the command. Right now, I can just run this command. I don't need to go in the show menu and select that. Just, can run Control D and it pops up the results. Amazing. So another, for instance, let's say I wanna maybe, do just something really quickly here. I'm using like the selection here. Maybe then I want to check the format it, okay? Format it, you see, I just like saw something happening, okay? It's showing me like all the properties of that line, but at the same time, it's like saving the command, okay? Amazing. This is very important because look at this code, okay? I'm clear everything from the memory, all old simulations, right? This is meant to do that. I'm compiling or loading everything in memory that we have on that file. Then I perform, in this case, a solve, which will be just like, solving a snapshot. And then I'm showing like voltage results and getting information for that line, right? Good. Now I will go ahead and I will do something similar in Python, and let's see how that goes. Just to let you know here, I'm using PyDSS interface, which is a Python package that I created that uses the official version of OpenDSS. So pretty much here I have some like Python wrapper around the OpenDSS, that version that I showed you in the OpenDSS 64, and this is the OpenDSS direct.dll that I have behind the scenes of that Python package. Okay, I will link another video here if you want to hear more about that. All right, that's perfect. So here, what I'm gonna do, and then I need to do some Python stuff now, right? Like I need to import, Py on DSS interface. Okay, that's something I need to do. I need to import that package into my Python script, and then I'm gonna create a Python object. So it's pretty much means that I'm like in this line that I'm typing now, it's just like, hey, I'm open my OpenDSS. It's similar to like go ahead and open this interface, if that makes sense. It's kind of the same thing. Hey, this is my OpenDSS. All right. So if you look at the OpenDSS code, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 command lines. Okay. And here I have like the exactly command OpenDSS will use to do whatever he needs, right? I can do the same thing using Python by using the text method of this this package, okay? Depending on what you're doing, if you're using like COM interface, that might be not text, might be something a little different. But in this case, text is just like, hey, I'm gonna send to OpenDSS string, which is a command, right? And then OpenDSS will process that. And in this case, we'll just, maybe copy this, I'm gonna copy this. All right, and then I'm gonna maybe use another one to get this guy here. But here's just one thing, guys, really, really important. Since I'm Python file here, it doesn't know where is this file, okay? So if I just like put the file name as I did here, things will break there. So I will just do something a little different, but I want to make sure they are the same so you see what I'm doing. So you can hold Shift key of your keyboard and then right click, and then you copy as path. I'm going to go to OpenDSS and then use that here. So this is the path, okay, of that file. And then I'm gonna run this, the same thing happens. But we also get this command now, okay? So telling OpenDSS exactly where the file is. Perfect. In this case here, I can take this here, this here. So I'm doing just Python stuff, okay? All right, then dss.text. Well, where I am here, okay, good. And then I'm gonna solve it, okay. And then come here. You see what I'm doing, right? I'm just like getting the commands here and using the text method of the interface that, that package that pretty much controls OpenDSS using Python. Okay, let me get this guy here. And then finally, I can take this guy off. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So now, if I run this code as I do here, Control A, Control D, what happens? I see voltage results. Okay, voltage results, and I see the formatted. Okay. If I go here in Python and run it, Well, yeah. Oh, there's a error message here. Compile. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so there's two compiles here. Okay, very nice. Let me just delete it. So now it's correct. The same code we have here, we have in our OpenDSS. Okay, so let me run again. So close it and then run again. So you see that we have the voltages, okay, and the form edit. So really important that whatever we do in OpenDSS, we can do the same thing using the OpenDSS direct version by using such as like a Python program language to control OpenDSS, okay? So in this video, what I showed you is that you have the same capability when you are using OpenDSS, right? The same capability here you have when you're using a program language, right? Very important. Now, in the next video, what I'm going to show you is that what are the benefits to use a program language compared to just using OpenDSS. And we'll see a few, okay? So don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the notifications about the next videos. If you like it, the content of this one, again, just, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions of content or if you have any comments about what you think about the videos, just, use the comment section below. I would really appreciate it. So thanks so much for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next video.